My brother has seen the monster, the man squeaks like a mouse. It is wholly black, a demon, the alchemists discuss at length. Many alchemists agree. This killer, this monster, cannot be human. What if it is a homunculus? Papa suggests. A deathly silence falls upon the room. Golem. We leave Prague Castle before dawn. A score of guards escort us, and other alchemists. For our safety, why are there so many monsters in the world? Dawn creeps over the Vitava. Finally, we arrive at the house of the last alchemist. We will soon be home. No. Papa will not stop talking to him. I walk into the alley next to the man's house. 2 steps into it, and ouch, I bump into an invisible wall. White eyes appear in the darkness. I see it, the silhouette of a giant. Marks cover the monster's pitch-black forehead. No letters. E-M-E-T. I stare at the white eyes. What are you? I have been called many names. The monster's voice is strange and guttural. Here they call me Golem. Papa shouts, "Guards, run toward us!" You have just saved your father's life, little one, it rasps. Golem runs toward the river. I see it clearly now, a gigantic body, black and sinewy. The monster jumps in the river. I follow, Papa and the guards behind me. Excuse me. I observe the water, perfectly still, not a hint of Golem. Ghosts. We have never discussed Papa's imprisonment, not one word about it in over 3 years. Now that John Francis is away, I alone must care for Mama. Prague, 1587-1608, C.E. Elizabeth Jane Weston. Why does it never advance the year? It's weird. Nightmares. Papa will be released from prison today, but Mama worries. She says he has one last chance to satisfy the Emperor's expectations. Standing in front of the house, I behold Mama's hand. My heart beats quickly as I behold Papa's carriage. I forget to breathe when it stops, 2 paces before us. Mama trembles when the carriage door opens. A pale, emaciated man with a long grizzled beard steps out. Papa! He walks by us as if we were ghosts. Mama has prepared roast lamb, Papa's favorite, to celebrate his return, but he does not eat. He simply stares at his plate, silent. Mama makes idle conversation, pretending without much success that nothing is wrong. Papa suddenly stands up. His chair hits the floor with a thud. Papa storms out of the dining room, pushing invisible spirits out of his way. He shouts in a strange tongue, the same language I once heard him speak when I was little. My heart is in a knot, but I hold back my tears. I take Mama's hand, but nothing I can do or say will ease her sorrow. What will we do now? Failure. The Emperor has restored Papa's status, but soldiers guard our house. They are not here to protect us, but to make sure Papa does not leave Prague. A month has passed since Papa's return. He remains distant, but at least he does not completely ignore us, though he works ceaselessly. I walk through the open doorway of Papa's study, the platter Mama has prepared for him in my hands, and stop. Papa sits on the floor and begins to howl. I drop the platter and its contents spatters across the room. I run to Papa and kneel next to him. He grasps my hand and immediately falls silent. Papa's nails dig into the flesh of my hand. I bite my lip to suppress a cry. He suddenly raises a tight fist in front of my face. I close my eyes. I cannot do it. Papa's voice is bleak, desperate. Not enough. Not even a handful left. I look at him. Tears run down his ashen face. Slowly, as if revealing a priceless treasure, he opens his fist. In the palm of his wrinkled fist is a tiny bit of red dust. Curse you, D. Confinement. Papa works without rest, even though he keeps saying he has already failed us. He has not slept in weeks, and he barely eats. He is but a shell of the man I once knew. Mama shakes me out of my dreams. Elizabeth, soldiers are coming. I do not react immediately, for I'm used to soldiers guarding our house. I look outside. There is a column of young men in uniform in our yard. Their torches cast dancing shadows upon their faces. Monsters of Prague. I open the front door. An officer and 6 stern-faced men step inside. The officer clears his throat. By order of... No! Mama darts forward, tears streaming down her cheeks. I hold her back. You cannot take him away. You cannot. Not again. The soldier's eyes widen. Papa walks toward us, his face twinned in a demonic grimace. He murmurs a prayer in a strange tongue only he seems to understand. The officer tries to reason with Papa. Howling, Papa jumps on him, clawing at his face. A soldier strikes his head and he falls. Mama wails as they take him away. Tumble. I am 16 years old, and some of the guards in Hneven Castle have taken an interest in me. They insist on making conversation every time I visit Papa. None of them interest me. They are boorish cretins. Others are more bedraggled than hogs in mud-filled sites, but I always smile and remain courteous. I take a deep breath when, in the distance, I spot Hneven's tower. I try not to think of the babbling louse I will have to confront before seeing Papa. What is this? A cross at the top of the tower? I walk more briskly, then my heart stops. Papa! He stands on the edge of the tower, arms wide open. I run toward the castle. I see Papa clearly now, a skeleton in tattered robes. He stares at me. No, not at me, but beyond. You have come. Free me, divine messenger, free me. Papa raises his hands to the sky as if praying. Heavenly guardian, guide my fall. He jumps off the tower. I support Papa's broken body. He bleeds profusely but holds my gaze. His demons no longer haunt him. D was wise, he exhales with his last breath. Divinities. News of Queen Elizabeth's death reaches Prague. The Virgin Queen, after which I have been named, has passed away 1 month after my wedding. Tribute. A knock at the door disturbs my thoughts. I lift my head from the blank page on my desk and put my quill down. Come in. Johannes, my husband, steps into my study. A tussock of raven hair brushes his face as he lowers his head. How remarkably formal of him. He apologizes for disturbing me while I work. I frown, feigning annoyance, but fail to suppress a thin smile. I seem incapable of writing today. Johannes' face lights up. His thumb absently caresses the ivory handle of his cane. A package has arrived. It is addressed to Lady Beth. Lady Beth? Only Uncle John calls me thus. I have not heard from him in years. I run out of the room and hurry down the stairs as I used to when I was little. Ignoring the letter accompanying the package, I quickly peel off the layers of cloth covering what I assume to be a framed painting. The painting depicts the Virgin Queen, 2 ladies in waiting behind her, standing in front of 3 goddesses. How thoughtful of Uncle John. 3 goddesses. Johannes and I stare at the painting mesmerized. Magnificent. My eyes then fixate on the verse engraved upon its frame. Johannes contemplates every last detail, every tiny stroke, every subtle hue. Master Johannes Leo, husband, jurist, and connoisseur. See what lies on the ground? Johannes points a finger, first of all at a golden scepter, then at a quiver of arrows, and finally at fallen roses. Juno, Minerva, and Venus. Johannes shakes his head, laughing quietly. He had not expected me to answer. He should know better. Or Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. Johannes' nose is 2 inches from the painting. The 3 goddesses whose beauty Paris judged. I remember the story well, having read it several times. This painting is an allegory, my husband says. I suspect otherwise, but do not contradict him. There is something familiar about the painting. Is this? Yes, the golden orb, identical to the one I found in Uncle John's room when I was a child. Fairy Queen. I sit in my study alone, staring at the painting Uncle John has given me. My hands tremble as my fingers brush the edge of the dry wax sealing a scroll. I carefully break the scroll's seal and unroll it. I immediately recognize Uncle John's penmanship. Lady Beth, it begins. I smile, for I am still fond of the private name Uncle John used to address me. Fairest and most noble of poetesses, or... I don't know, nobody really uses a female name of poet anymore. It's all just poet. Anyways, poetesses. Please accept this humble gift from your not-so-humble friend and mentor. Uncle John is much more than that. He's family, a second father to me. I hope you will find it a fitting tribute for your betrothal. I laugh quietly. I had never expected to receive such a splendid gift. If you observe the composition, you will surely recognize the trinket you once unearthed in my chamber. The golden orb, I knew it. You may think this picture a riddle, an allegory, an artist's fancy. It is not. The object in the hand of the Fairy Queen is real, so is its power, and so are the goddesses. Data stream terminated. Sorry that took so long. I did not expect it to. How much time do I have left? Probably not enough to get through the rest of the computers. About 20 minutes. We'll see how well we do. My throat is actually kind of hurting now from having sat and read all that. What else? There is... Okay. Is this one here? Wait, this is the one I just did. No, it's not. Okay, this is somebody else's. Somebody else's Animus to hack. Hopefully it won't be something that's so damn long in reading. Come on. Oh! There we go. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, this is it. There we go. Glad I have a bottle of water next to me. I always keep a bottle of water right next to me when I Let's Play now, in case my throat gets dry.
Timestamp August 16th, 2013. The following audio clips were selected from over 160 hours of reel-to-reel tape found in the residence of the late Dr. Warren Vidic following his murder in December 2012. According to labels on the tape's canisters, these recordings were made over a 14-month period between 1980 and 1981 without the consent of their primary subject, Mrs. Eileen Bach, a colleague of Dr. Vidic's and the originator of Abstergo's surrogate initiative. Mrs. Bach is now deceased. It should be stated unequivocally that Dr. Vidic made these recordings illegally and of his own volition using wiretaps and hidden microphones. Abstergo Industries had no knowledge of his actions and disavows any responsibility for them.
And we're live. Capacitors at full. Ease the signal in. A little more. You feel anything?
Don't be timid. Double it.
No, we're taking it easy. 20%.
30.
Eileen, go easy. We're 6 past yesterday.
And boost the inputs.
Too risky.
Not if we split the I/O signals.
25%. Ease up.
Oh, okay. There. I see something.
What is it?
Mein Gott. I hear talking.
You're okay?
Ja, ich höre Stimmen. It's German. Mein Name ist Miriam Kurz. I see a light. It's cold. Ich werde nichts sagen. There's a man with me. Mehr werde ich nicht sagen.
Keep an eye on our vitals.
Mein Name ist Miriam Kurz und ich bin eine Navajo. Des Hitlers Zwang, der macht uns klein. Noch liegen wir in Ketten. Doch einmal werden wir wieder frei. Wir werden die Ketten schon brechen.
Eileen?
Denn unsere Fäuste, die sind hart, ja. Und die Messer sitzen lose. Für die Freiheit der Jugend kämpfen Navajos.
Switch off.
Powering down.
Kämpft Navajos.
Get her out of there. Oxygen from the valve.
No. No, Satish, I'm fine, really.
Quit the heroics. Just breathe. Better?
Yes. Yes, thank you. Did we get something?
It'll take a while to parse. What did you see?
It wasn't just seeing. It was feeling. Being. I was scared.
You were shouting in German.
I think I was in Germany. I was in Germany, Satish.
Good morning. Well rested?
Exhausted. Yesterday was an incredible find.
Seems so. What did it feel like?
It's foggy, but I relived the memories of a young German woman. Early 20s, I think. A man was interrogating me, looming over me and asking questions. He was shouting, but I was shouting back. And then this poem just came out, like a chant.
Fascinating. I'm eager for you to hear the tape.
Is it ready?
Yes, we transliterated the data onto an audio file. It took all night to process the language.
Spool it up.
Of course, have a seat. Judging by the subject matter and the setting, I'd say you landed somewhere in Germany in the 1940s, 1 or 2 generations back. During the war, I'd imagine.
1940s Germany? That would be Miriam Kurtz, my ex-husband's mother.
So she's not related to you in any way?
God, I hope not. I'd hate to find out my ex-husband is also my brother.
Well, if it was Miriam Kurtz, then we hit a home run. You tapped into someone else's bloodline entirely.
Should we celebrate?
We'll listen first.
Surrogate Initiative, Test Session 23, July 29th, 1980. Host, Eileen Bach. DNA sample SB1970.
It's a little garbled at first. This is you settling into the memory.
Your name, say it.
My name is Miriam Kurtz.
Louder.
My name is Miriam Kurtz, and I am Navajo.
Where did you last see the artifact? Who holds it now?
I'll say nothing. I've told you all I will.
I don't believe that is true. Who has the artifact?
Hitler's dictates make us small, and are bound in chains. But one day again, we shall walk tall. No binds with us, restrain.
Enough!
For hard our fists, yes, and the knives at our wrists for you to be free. Navajos lay siege.
Knock her away!
Navajos lay siege.
And that's where we pull you out.
Whoa. What would it take to get a visual render of all that?
Months, unfortunately. It took 13 hours just to process the audio. Visual takes much longer.
But Vidic is able to record audio and visual in real time. How does he do it?
His subjects are exploring their own genetic memories. That requires much less processing power.
Hold on, sorry. Eileen here.
Hello. You have 10 o'clock in Lillian's office. It's 10:13 now.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Tell her I'll be right there. And tell her we have some good news.
No problem.
You in trouble?
The monthly progress report. I'm trying to be honest about our progress, but no matter how much I polish our facts, Warren Vidic swoops in, promising the moon for pennies, and gets 10 times the funding for his Animus project.
Well, we are using his Animus technology. He's the foundation. We are the skyscraper.
Which is why he should be a tech lead, not a project director. Good work, Satish.
It's incredible footage, really. Clear and vivid. And the subject was synced for a full 62 minutes. Came out speaking French after his last session. Passably fluent. And with full recall of everything he'd gone through.
Sorry I'm late. I was reviewing some data.
It's fine. Warren was just telling me about his first subject, Mr.
No names. Call him Subject 1. Confidentiality.
And how about you, Eileen? What's your good news?
Well, we did it. We synced with an unembedded memory outside the bloodline. That's a first.
Really?
Satish was able to process the audio today. A short clip. You can hear it for yourself.
Only audio? No real-time memory feeds like Vidic has?
Well, that's the difficulty with surrogate genetic memory data. Because I'm viewing memories not embedded in my own DNA, we can't rely on my cognitive faculties to help me process the signal. All we can do is record the raw data and transliterate it later.
Hold on. You're running this experiment on yourself?
I am. It's going well.
I don't like the sound of that.
Look, the sample I'm using, the DNA comes from my own son. It's safer this way.
Ah, good thinking.
50% of my son's DNA is also mine, which reduces the danger by a huge margin. Meaning, I can now explore the memories of people who aren't directly related to me on his father's side.
But for brief periods of time, I imagine.
Right. Just a minute or two so far, but we're getting there. Come by the lab and listen for yourself.
I will, when I have a moment. Unfortunately, work beckons. Ladies?
That man is colder than a San Francisco summer.
Stay focused, Eileen. You both have important work to do.
Obviously. But my work requires his Animus technology. I feel a little caged in.
That's collaboration, Eileen. It's how science works. I shouldn't have to remind you.
I know. I'm just tired. Stop by and see us today. We have a lot to share.
If not today, then this week sometime.
Thank you.
Interesting. An interesting look at early Animus development, or more correctly, surrogate development. Let's see, where are more Animuses to hack? There we go. Yeah, it seems there's like nobody in the office right now. Okay, let's see if we can find our way to this one. Ah. Come on. Darn it. Not sure I wanted to go that way, but... Oh, this is like the first one that's like really kind of giving me a little bit of tough. A little bit of trouble. Ah. Not where I wanted to go. Okay. Come on. No. No. Don't think this is gonna do it. No. Okay, let's try to figure out where we need to go. I see. Okay. Okay. I see what we can do. We just gotta be able to... No! Damn it. Not what I want. There we go. That should do it. There we go. So what's our reward this time? Unlock the secrets of our past. Powered by Abstergo Industries Incorporated. The Memoriams 2000 ABS log. Computing makes mind reading possible. Animus MS-3000. Interesting. 1.45S. The Animus 1.0, that's the one from Assassin's Creed 1. And eventually it's relegated to just a headband. Okay, I see how it is. This was the earliest one, just the basic 1.0 Animus. And then they did 1.45S, which I guess would be similar to the Animus 2.0 from Assassin's Creed 2, which was actually put together by Rebecca. Then there's the MS-3000, ABSM, and the Memoriam S-2000. Oh, okay, I see. So yeah, this was the earliest one. This was before he had called it the Animus, I guess. I don't know. Then this one. Then this one, followed by the 1.0. Interesting. I don't know. But yeah, early Animus prototypes, that's what that was called. Let's see. Well, I'm pretty sure that's my cubicle. We get this? That one's already done. I don't necessarily want to go straight back to the Animus yet. Can't get her computer, though. Not yet, at least. Maybe later. But not right now. Not while she's there. Okay. How about... Nope, that one's already hacked. What about this one over here? Ah, here we go. We got another one. This may be the last one on the main floor here. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out. Come on. Okay. Yes, good. Good. Found my way. Okay, so what's the reward for this one? Hopefully not another huge text document. Okay, that's not bad.
Surrogate Initiative, Test Session 32. January 11th, 1981. Host Eileen Bach. DNA sample SB1970.
Miriam? Miriam, is that you? Are you in here?
Bartle!
Oh, thank God you're safe. You've been very sick.
Bartle, how did they find you? Oh, Jesus, what would they do to you?
Has they hurt you at all?
I told them nothing. All they do every day is ask about you and that artifact. But I didn't tell them anything. Nothing.
I know you didn't, Miriam. But how are you? You aren't hurt?
Not badly, no. I'm fine.
Good. We need to get the message out to Oscar. Somehow. We need to tell him where...
Very interesting footage, Eileen. This is Germany, you said. World War II?
Most of the memories I've been able to access come from a period where Miriam was imprisoned by Nazis in Cologne.
Miriam. Is she still alive?
No, she was my husband's... my ex-husband's mother. She passed away about 5 years ago.
Well, she was spirited. An impressive lady.
Definitely.
And the man, Bartle. He made reference to an artifact. Any idea what that is?
My team is looking into that, but it's not our first priority. We still need...
It is now.
Really?
You must have other recordings of this woman. Are there any other mentions of this artifact I should know about?
Half a dozen or so, yes. What's this about?
You have questions, I understand that. I don't have answers for you. Not right now, but I do have money. And if you get me those recordings and bring me any other artifact references you find, then I will triple your operating budget for as long as I can.
Triple my budget? My God, what is this?
9 a.m. Monday morning, my office. We have a lot to discuss.
But Lillian, I don't...
Have a good weekend, Mrs. Bach. Fantastic work.
Hello, this is Carl.
Hi, it's Eileen.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Busy, cold. The winter's been terrible.
Seamus won't like that. The weather's been mild out here.
Well, he's only coming for a month. He'll live. And I'll be so busy he won't have to worry about his mother bothering him.
Still working 12-hour days.
I should move a bed into my lab.
Look, if you're too busy, Seamus can stay with me.
No, I want to see him. We'll have fun.
You're not too busy to be a mom and a genius.
Of course not.
His flight lands at 8:15 p.m. tomorrow night. You'll be there?
Of course. 8:15.
p.m. Let him know you'll be there.
Thanks, Carl. I need to run. I'm sorry. Take care.
You too.
Eileen. Didn't see you come in.
I'm not interrupting?
No, it's fine. The subject is unconscious. He's traipsing around 18th century New Orleans right now, in the memories of a woman.
That must feel odd. How long has he been under?
83 minutes.
Whoa.
It's average. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to thank you for sending Lillian to see me. She came away very impressed.
There. You see? All these bureaucrats need is a little glimpse of our secrets every so often. They like to feel like they're still in charge.
Lillian is most definitely in charge. She just tripled my budget.
Tripled? Christ, Eileen. You must have discovered who killed Kennedy.
Well, she heard something on one of my tapes that interested her. Something about an artifact. Very vague, but it was enough.
An artifact? What sort of artifact? Jesus, get him out of there! Get him out!
Oh my God.
It'll kill him! He's not decoupled! He's having a fucking seizure! Power down! Now! Heart rate 170! Power down! Now! Eileen, Warren here. I was all ready to apologize for the late call, but you seem to be away. Maybe with your son. Listen, since the unfortunate incident with Subject 1, there's been a lot of dire talk around the office about my Animus project. About shutting it down. About it being unsafe. Typical top brass bullshit. And if they shut me down, then your surrogate initiative goes away too. I'm sure you're already well aware of that. Well, let me be the first to reassure you. This will not happen. I will not let them take this from me. From us. I will not let one death, of an undiagnosed epileptic, I should add. I will not let this destroy the decades of incredible research done by our predecessors. And the 5 years I've spent perfecting the Animus. There's still more work to be done. And countless rewards to be reaped. So I wanted you to be the first to know. I have decided to volunteer myself as my second subject. I am convinced that the Animus is perfectly safe, provided I stay within the boundaries of my own ancestral bloodline. Next week, I plan to prove this by staying a full 4 hours in the Animus. I would be grateful if you and your team would monitor my progress. And after this necessary but ridiculous proof of concept, I give you my word that I will work closely with you to solve your outstanding problems. Your surrogate initiative is a bold idea, and I do believe it is the future of the Animus project. But while we have the Animus itself, I do not want to waste precious opportunities to prove its safety. I'll see you in the office on Monday. Goodbye.
Interesting. Another look. Well, unfortunately, it's time to go, so we'll finish hacking all the computers we can next time. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.